Hello everyone, welcome back. In previous lecture, I explained about the compound die, combination die and progressive die, the difference between them. In today's lecture, I will explain about the shearing load calculation, how the shearing load is calculated for sheet metal operations, and we will discuss some example for the same and what are the parameters that are included in calculating shear load calculation. So let us start. So for shear load calculation, here there is one figure which shows a typical load penetration curve for shearing with correct clearance. Sorry, here it shows the load penetration curve for shearing with correct clearance. Here there is punch load and percentage of penetration. So as we can see, in the earlier stage the punch load is very high and it goes down as the penetration increases. जैसे ही पेनिट्रेशन इंक्रीज होगा वैसे ही यहाँ पे पंच लोड जो है वो कम हो जाएगा. ठीक है. द एरिया अंडर द कर्व इज़ द मेजर ऑफ वर्क डन ड्यूरिंग शेयरिंग. जो शेयरिंग में के ड्यूरिंग जो यहाँ पे वर्क डन होगा that will be given by this area. The maximum force required to be exerted by punching for shearing the sheet can be calculated from the dimension of the cut and the shearing strength of the material. जो मैक्सिमम फोर्स हमको चाहिए, ठीक है, मैक्सिमम force can be calculated from two parameters. First one is dimension of the cut, dimension, and second parameter is the shear strength tau of the material, shear strength of material. So that is the important parameter, and it is equal to the product of area undergone shearing and the shear strength. The product of area over here, this shearing area, and the shear strength. So the maximum force required for the punching can be given by जो भी shearing force है यहाँ पे F, that is given by one equation, and that is equal to F is equal to pi d TFS, where for a round hole, while for other contours it is given by F is equal to capital L small t Fs for other contours. So these are the two equation. In the first equation, F is the shear force, that is in Newton shear force. D is the diameter of punch in mm. T is the thickness of the sheet. Here important thing is this thickness is for the sheet, while diameter is of the punch, while the L is the shear length or perimeter of cut. The L is the shear length or perimeter of cut in mm. This is L is also in mm, while Fs here both side Fs is the shear strength of material, and that is also in megapascal. So these are about the equation for the shear load calculation. when the size of the hole to be punched is smaller than the thickness of the sheet is found to give error in result because of the such small diameter of the shear is not the most active force. So the appropriate formula for that, when the size of hole to be punched is smaller than the thickness of sheet, for that case the equation is given by F is equal to d t ft divided by under root d by t cubed root, where ft is the tensile strength of the material in MPa. Remember, here there is tensile strength instead of shear strength. So as we can see from the figure, first estimate of the work done for shearing operation can be obtained. So here we have to find the work done, which is given by the force from this equation or the earlier equation. Earlier another equation was that F is equal to pi dt Fs or L T Fs. So these two equation or this equation into work done into area which means P into, that is the penetration of the fraction of the depth to which the tool sinks into the workpiece in the sheet. It is the penetration P into thickness of sheet. So this will be the equation for the work done, and work done unit will be in Newton into mm. So this is about the work done required for the shearing operation, and this F is the maximum punch load and the P is the penetration or fraction of the depth to which the tool sinks into the sheet, where the typical range from the for P, the value of range is of the 17% of the partial cold worked aluminum to around 50% for annealed steel. The value of P is 17% for aluminum, while up to 50% for steel that is made by annealing process. Now let us discuss the various parameters, in which the first parameter is the effect of shear angle. Now shear is provided on the punch or die to reduce the force required on the punch, often to accommodate the operation on lower capacity machine available in the shop. सो यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि जब नो शेयर प्रोवाइड होगा तो जो इफ़ेक्टिव ऑपरेशन है वो यहाँ पे नहीं हो पाएगा, जबकि अनबैलेंस शेयर होगा तब भी ये वो पॉसिबल नहीं होगा, और यहाँ पे ये बैलेंस्ड शेयर प्रोवाइड किया गया है तो जिसमें इफ़ेक्टिव वर्क हम कर सकते हैं with a shear is provided to reduce the force required to punch. The purpose of shear is to distribute the shear action over a period of time so that the punch does not contact the workpiece over its entire length at the same time. shear provide करने का मेन पर्पस क्या है कि पंच जो है वो सेम टाइम पे completely contact में ना आए in the sheet, either only small portion will step by step come in contact with the sheet. So इससे क्या होगा कि जो लोड होगा वो डिस्ट्रीब्यूट हो जाएगा. द प्रोविजन ऑफ shear as mentioned earlier does is no way affects the total work required to complete the shearing operation. पर जो टोटल वर्क होगा दैट विल रिमेन कांस्टेंट। जो टोटल वर्क पहले जो होता था उस उतना ही टोटल वर्क हमको यहाँ पे करना पड़ेगा, क्योंकि जो टोटल वर्क है कंप्लीट ऑपरेशन के लिए वो यहाँ पे चाहिए होगा। सो द टोटल वर्क डन इन shear with or without shear is the same. So the total work with shear while or without shear both are same, and the total travel of the punch to complete the operation is however increased with provision of shear. लेकिन यहाँ पे जो टोटल ट्रैवल है पंच का वो यहाँ पे इंक्रीज हो जाएगा विथ एप्लीकेशन ऑफ shear। अगर shear प्रोवाइड किया गया है तो जो टोटल ट्रैवल है वो पंच का यहाँ पे इंक्रीज हो जाएगा, क्योंकि यहाँ पे आप देख सकते हो कि जो पंच का जो मूवमेंट है वो यहाँ पे कम हो जाएगा इफ़ नो shear इज़ प्रोवाइडेड। लेकिन जैसे ही shear प्रोवाइड करेंगे तो यहाँ पे उतना डिस्टेंस उसको ज़्यादा ट्रैवल करेगा। will this does not affect, as we can see there is small distance, but when we talk about mass production it affects a little bit. Another parameter which is calculated in shear load calculated, the one thing, another thing is the stripping force. The force required for stripping depends primarily on the thickness of the sheet. There are some things in which the force required for this stripping force depends. Is the first one is thickness of strip. Another thing is the size of strip and number of holes and the location of holes. On this parameter the stripping force depends. Small holes in the middle of sheet or holes in thicker material requires more stripping force than the holes in thin sheet or holes located near the edge of workpiece. जो मिडल में होंगे उसको ज़्यादा फोर्स चाहिए होगा एज कम्पेयर टू द एज और दे आर लोकेटेड इन द थिन शीट. अ नंबर ऑफ पंच लोकेटेड क्लोज टू ईच अदर और द पंच विथ रफ वॉल्स आर कंपेरेटिवली more difficult to strip than the single punch with smooth walls. जो नंबर ऑफ पंच यहाँ पे लोकेटेड किए गए हैं क्लोज टू ईच अदर और पंच विद रफ वॉल्स आर कंपेरेटिवली मोर डिफिकल्ट टू स्ट्रिप देन सिंगल पंच विथ स्मूथ वॉल्स. स्मूथ वॉल्स वाले पंचिंग ऑपरेशन है वो ईजी है एज कम्पेयर टू रफ वॉल्स. In general, stripping force varies from 2.5 to 20% of the punch force, but 5 to 10% in quite satisfactory in most cases. So this is the variation for the stripping force, and there is equation general formula for the stripping force, that is Fs is equal to small k L and T, where small k is the stripping constant depending on the material, the size and location of the cut, while T is the thickness of the stroke, L is the perimeter of cut, that is in mm, and Fs is the our stripping force. So here you can see there is one table which shows the values of stripping constant K for different applications. So here you can see for carbon steel with stock thickness less than 1.5 mm at the edge or near preceding cut, the value of K is given. For less than 1.5 other cuts it is slightly increased. Then for greater than 1.5 any the K is also at most double from this value. Then for harder material it is 0.0241. So these are the values which we will use in the example for different material. So the press selected for shearing operation must have enough capacity not only to provide for maximum punch force and the stripping force, but also to account for friction and other loss during the process. So this is about the stripping force. Now let us explain about the minimum diameter of hole that can be punched while shear load calculation. Minimum diameter that we can punch. In order for a punch to be able to pierce a sheet, the compressive strength of the punch should be at least equal to the force required to shear the material. So the Fs is the shearing strength of work material and Ft is the compressive strength of the punch material. So we can say the here the compressive strength of the punch should be equal to the force required for the shearing strength. So shear strength is equal to compressive strength of punch. Shearing strength of material. Now for that the area is pi dt into Fs, that is the shearing strength, should be equal to the compressive strength of the punch, that is the area of punch will be pi by 4 d square and compressive strength will be Ft, which is given by Ft, that is the compressive strength of the punch. So from this equation we can see the d will be cancelled, pi will be cancelled. So we can see the diameter is given by 4 Fs into T, here T is there, divided by 2 times, only F T, while द एफ टी, जो एफ टी यहाँ पे है कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ, उसको अज्यूम किया जाएगा, उसकी वैल्यू अज्यूम की जाती है कि इट इज़ अज्यूम दैट इट इज़ ट्वाइस द एफ एस, जो मटेरियल की सीयरिंग स्ट्रेंथ है उससे ट्वाइस उसकी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ है. सो यहाँ पे उसकी वैल्यू रखेंगे, सो इट विल बी 2 टाइम एफ एस. सो यहाँ पे 2 will be 2, so it will be Fs, it will be cancelled. So diameter is kept 2 times the thickness. So this is the minimum diameter of hole that can be punched. So the minimum diameter that can be punched is equal to twice the thickness of the sheet, and in actual practice usually much larger holes are punched, और actual practice में उससे ज़्यादा की साइज के होल्स पंच किए जाते हैं. सो दिस इज़ हाउ वी, जो डायमीटर है वो ऐसे ही सिलेक्ट नहीं किया जाता, ठीक है. जो भी पंच का जो डायमीटर है वो एटलीस्ट इट शुड बी इक्वल टू ट्वाइस द थिकनेस ऑफ द शीट, देन एंड देन इट विल बी इफेक्टिव. सो यहाँ पे एक अजम्पशन यहाँ पे याद रखना है कि जो भी कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ है पंच की, दैट इज़ द ट्वाइस द shear स्ट्रेंथ ऑफ मटेरियल. जो भी यहाँ पे उसका जो फोर्स है, कंप्रेसिव shear स्ट्रेंथ फॉर द मटेरियल, यहाँ पे दोनों का जो फोर्स है, यहाँ पे जो यहाँ पे कटिंग हो उसके लिए जो कंप्रेसिव स्ट्रेंथ है शुड बी एटलीस्ट इक्वल टू द फोर्स रिक्वायर्ड फॉर द shear strength. So this is the equation for the diameter, minimum diameter of hole that can be punched. So this is all about the shear load calculation. In next lecture we will discuss some example for the same and sheet metal layout. So this is it for today's lecture. Thank you very much for listening me carefully. Have a nice day.